Now we'll be meeting with mentors. So the way we're going to proceed is we're going to still use the Q&A to ask our questions for mentors. But what we'll do is we'll introduce a little bit about our services, what we're doing at the Mentoring Center for the online services that we will provide. Then I will ask each and one of the mentors that is joining us today to introduce themselves. So just before you start speaking, mentors, just give a chance for the technician to put on the camera so that everybody can see you as well. So, just before we get started, alors pour les questions en français ou en anglais, comme vous voulez, vous pouvez poser vos questions dans la langue de votre choix. On sera ensemble pour la prochaine heure et on va faire de notre mieux pour répondre à toutes vos questions. Alors, just before we get started, so before we get to meet the mentors, I just want to let you know a little bit about our services. So, the mentoring service will be mostly online, as all of your classes are online. So there's going to be different study groups that you've probably seen already in the MS Team. So all of our service will be done with the MS Team platform. So we'll be doing some group discussions. We'll also be doing some study groups. And we'll also have, for the students that are available on campus, the Mentoring Center will be open 3 days a week in person for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You will also be able to chat with mentors, and you'll also be able to book individual consultation one-on-one with mentors as well. Our website is not completely up to date. We were finalizing some last-minute services. So by this week, you will have the information. So right now, all of the first year students have been, all of your names have been uploaded into an MS Team, which we call Engineering Mentoring Center for Fall 2020. So all of your names are there, and you'll be able to reach all of your mentors as well by email or via MS Teams. So that's one of the things. All the study groups as well. So if you were registered, for example, GNG 1106 for this upcoming fall, your name was uploaded to the study group as well. So we will be starting our services a little bit later in a couple of weeks for study groups, but we will be opening up tomorrow for more questions and regular business. So moving forward, so I'll give some time for the technician to find our mentor. So his name is Hasan, and I'll introduce each and one of you by your first name, and then the camera will come on with Hasan's, and then Hasan, feel free to introduce yourself. So each mentor joining us today will have about 1 minute to introduce themselves and speak with you. Go ahead.
All right, so Hasan, if you just want to unmute your, okay, perfect.
Yep. So hello guys, my name is Hasan. I'm one of the mentors at the Mentoring Center. I'm going into 3rd year this year. I'm in chemical engineering, 3rd year fall semester. I'm also doing co-op, so I'll be with you during the fall, and then it'll change throughout the next year. So I'm giving the courses GNG 1106 and GNG 1506 en français. And then I'll be able to help you with any questions in those courses. They're C programming courses. If any of you takes that course, feel free to send me a chat on MS Teams or an email. I look at my emails and my chat every day, and I'll be able to help you. Yeah.
Thanks, Hasan. Okay, so now we're going to introduce Christophe Michaud-Lavoie.
Oui, bonjour.
Bonjour, Christophe.
Alors, c'est ça, je me présente, je m'appelle Christophe Michaud-Lavoie. Je suis comme Hasan, étudiant en 3e année en génie chimique avec option technologie de l'informatique. Donc, je fais ces 2 bacs-là. En termes de groupe d'études, je suis responsable du cours de CHG 1125 So I'm actually in charge of the 1125 CHG study group, which is the Intro to Chemical Engineering in first year. And so my study groups for that will be, I believe, on Wednesdays, 10 to 11:30. Et je suis aussi responsable du cours d'algèbre linéaire, Math 1741, dont le groupe d'études je présente les vendredis. L'heure, c'est ça, de 14h30 à 16h. Donc, c'est ça. Si jamais vous voulez, je fais aussi des consultations individuelles d'environ 30 minutes. Ça, c'est les vendredis dès midi et demi. Vous pouvez venir me parler essentiellement, vous me contactez, vous envoyez un courriel, vous mentionnez mon nom, puis on va pouvoir prendre en compte pour environ 30 minutes pour pas seulement des matières de cours ou des questions techniques, mais vraiment des questions sur n'importe quoi qui vous inquiète. Sentez-vous la bienvenue de venir me parler concernant vraiment n'importe quelles inquiétudes que vous avez. Je serai plus de content de venir vous aider avec n'importe quoi. Je sais que c'est un petit peu étrange, là, toute la plateforme numérique pour une première année à l'université. Donc, si vous avez besoin d'un petit peu d'aide à naviguer ça ou naviguer tout l'océan d'informations concernant l'université en général, venez me parler. Je vais vraiment, ça va me faire plaisir de vous aider. Donc, merci beaucoup.
Excellent, merci Christophe. Alors maintenant, j'aimerais vous présenter Chris. So now I would like to present Chris. Chris Middle St. Lo. Hello.
Hi everyone. My name is Chris and I'm a 5th-year student in mechanical engineering with the option of computing tech. This year I will be your mentor and I'm facilitating the class Calculus 1 in French, Math 1720. It's going to be my 2nd year as a mentor on campus. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And I'm pretty sure you can see my email address. And it will be my pleasure to be a mentor this year.
Excellent. Merci, Chris. Maintenant, j'aimerais vous présenter Colin. Colin Boudignon.
So, hey guys, my name's Colin and I'm going to my 4th year in civil engineering. It's going to be my 2nd year as a mentor, and this year I'm really excited to see how we're going to be able to use all these new programs we have available to us to try and make sure you guys have the best first year possible. I'm available in the mentoring center on Wednesday, so if you guys ever want to come in and get some in-person contact, you guys can come in and talk to me there. I'm also available on Tuesday mornings during the live chat. So yeah, looking forward to seeing you guys this year, and hope it's a good one.
Excellent, Colin. Thank you. So next mentor I would like to introduce is Mihira. Hello, Mihira.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Mihira Nama, and I'll be facilitating the Calculus 1 study group this year. This is my 3rd year as a mentor, and it's my last one. But I look forward to seeing all of you virtually and helping you navigate the rough waters of first year. You can always contact me on MS Teams or the mentoring email.
Excellent. Okay, so following, we're going to present Olga. Olga, can you join us?
Hi guys, I hope everyone can hear me. I apologize for the lack of video, but my laptop doesn't have a camera. But yes, my name is Olga. I'm a 4th year student in computer science with a minor in management, and I'll be mentoring the ITI 1120 course this semester. So yeah, feel free to reach out to me with any questions related to your course sequence or your classes or even the co-op, because I've done plenty of co-op work terms and I'd be more than happy to help you with that. And I look forward to meeting you all this term.
Excellent, Olga. Next mentor who I would like to introduce you is Vincent. Hi, Vincent.
Hi, hello everybody. My name is Vincent Lam. I'm in electrical engineering. I'm heading to my 3rd year. This year, this fall semester, I'm heading for study group Math 1341. So that will be the introduction to linear algebra. I'm going to be on campus in person at the Mentoring Center on Tuesdays. I'm available for individual consultations on Mondays and Tuesdays, as well as my discussion groups are on Tuesdays. So I'm mostly available, as said, Monday and Tuesdays. So I'm very excited to see you all this semester, and feel free to reach out if you need anything.
Excellent, Vincent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next mentor I'd like to introduce is David. David, tu peux t'introduire en français? Est-ce que David est là? Oui. Super. On ne vous entend pas, David.
Désolé, désolé. Et comme je disais, bon, salut tout le monde. Je suis David Omaye je suis à ma deuxième année en génie chimique à l'Université d'Ottawa et c'est ma toute première fois d'être mentor à l'université. Et je sais que l'année est un peu mouvementée avec tout ce qui arrive, avec tous ces cours qui doivent se passer sur une plateforme en ligne. Mais c'est un plaisir pour moi d'être au service des étudiants de première année cette année. Je vais faciliter le cours de CAG 1525 en français. Je suis disponible le lundi pour les consultations individuelles et le stade du groupe c'est pour le mercredi. Et aussi, je serai en personne au centre de mentorat le mercredi aussi. Donc, si vous avez des questions sur n'importe quoi, je serai très heureux de vous aider ou de répondre à vos questions. Merci.
Excellent, David. Bienvenue à l'équipe.
Merci.
Alors, the next mentor I would like to introduce is Inyola.
Hello, my name is Inyola. I'm a fourth-year biomedical mechanical engineering student, and I'll be facilitating the GNG 1105 study group. It's engineering mechanics. I'll be in the what's the name? In the office on Thursdays, basically all day, and my study groups are on Tuesday at 2:30. If you guys have any questions, you can come in, drop into the mentoring center, or you can send me an email, or come to my live chats on Wednesday evening.
Excellent, thank you. And last but not least, we have Anine with us. So Anine, you can put on your camera. Oh, we can't hear you, Anine.
Sorry. Hey everyone, I'm Haneen. I'll be heading to my fourth year in biomedical mechanical engineering, and I'll be facilitating the study group for GNG 1105, engineering mechanics. I'll be available in person on Thursdays from 9 to 11:30, so please feel free to drop in. I'm excited to see you all. Thank you.
Excellent, Anine. So this concludes the introduction of the mentors. We had 10 mentors joining us out of a team of 13. So they're really looking forward to helping you. As I mentioned, we'll be mostly online, and we'll be answering live chat, individual consultation. We'll be doing study groups, group discussion. So you're always welcome to reach out to any of these mentors, and they'll be happy to answer any of your questions. So now the introduction is done, so I would like to move to the chat area, the Q&A, and see if there's anything specific that you would like for us to answer during this session. If there's questions still pending regarding undergraduate office, I invite you to send a message to backinfo@engineering.uottawa.ca. As for the mentors, just so you know that the university has organized a portal which is called Academic GPS. And as a lot of mentors did mention that they would be available at a different time, different schedule, you will be able to see all of the schedule listed on our webpage, but also if you consult the academic GPS portal, you'll be able to see all of the questions, all of the meetings available, and all the availability of every mentor. So at the university, there's over 19 mentoring centers. So each faculty has their own mentoring center. And we also, at the Faculty of Engineering, we also facilitate study groups for science courses as well, just to give it more of a engineering kind of flavor. So let's see if mentors can start answering some questions in the chat. I'm just trying to go through the questions to see if there's anything for mentors right now. Mentors, if you see some questions that are relevant for everybody in the Q&A, feel free to take the mic and also address them in our live session.
Hi, Jose.
Yes.
A lot of students are asking where they can find the contact information for the mentors and how to reach them.
Right. So if you look on our webpage at the engineering.u Ottawa Engineering Faculty of Engineering webpage, under the Student Experience tab, you'll be able to see a link to our webpage. And we could also write the email address in the chat as well. Let me just find that out. I'll write the web page as well.
So there was a very general question that I'd like to answer that could maybe benefit all the students. Adam asked, what is the biggest challenge you faced during your first year and how did you overcome it? So I like this question very much and I think it could help everyone. So for me, as a mentor, my biggest challenge and most students' biggest challenge is regarding solving in engineering, solving questions. But what do I mean by solving questions? And getting ready for an exam. We usually tend to look at the solutions of every single question, and then we think that we understand the question, we understand how to solve it, which is not always the case. For me, the biggest thing to overcome was to close all the solutions, try it by myself until I figured it out, or if I couldn't figure it out, try it at least for half an hour. Every question I tried. And then afterwards, I would look at the answers. And then if that's a question that I couldn't solve by myself and I looked at the solution, I would go back, say 2 days later and try to solve it again without any help. So I think that's the biggest part. And that's why we're here too. If you can't solve a question, if you spend enough time on it, just send us a chat. We'll be able to walk you through. we will not give you the direct answer right away, but we'll be able to walk you through how to think on that problem to be able to solve it. So I think that was my biggest challenge, because I would look at the answers, and then when the exam comes, I'm not fully ready. And then sometimes we think we don't understand the course material, we're not smart enough. It has nothing to do with it. If you spend enough time on any material, you will be able to do it. Just you should be willing to put in the time and just study on it. So I hope that answers your question, Adam. And yeah. Yeah,
perfect. Thank you, Hasan. There's another question in the chat. What are the mentors for? General questions about how the course, or literally studying question? It's a bit of both. It's mentors have the ability to help you with your course content during the study groups. There's also individual consultation, but also when you're looking for something on campus or on our webpage and you can't find the resource that you're looking for, or you're not sure what exactly you're looking for, then you reach out to a mentor, you explain your situation, and then they'll be able to share with you the resource and how to find the answers to your questions. So that was another question in the chat that I thought that was very useful to address as a team. I can't find the link for the session to meet your mentors in the MS team. So I'll go and check for the MS team link so that you guys could see it, but we will also be posting some information. We'll be sending you some emails with all the links to the teams as well. Any other mentors that would like to address?
I just want to expand on the question we had before about the purpose of mentors. So the main thing about mentors, I feel, is that often students, like in the past, often students would come in with stressful situations that are happening to them, or they're kind of having a lot of trouble navigating through either course material or just things in general regarding university life. It can be an extremely challenging time. And the main thing about mentors is that we're kind of a peer support group, because we've probably been where you are right now. We've probably had those situations happen to us. If not all of us, then one of us. And that's the main way that we can help, is kind of showing how we solved the problem, we overcame that hurdle, and helping you through it as well. So we do offer help for actual class material. That's why we have the study groups. During those, we'll mainly show problem, or show us solving sample problems and things like that, things you might find in a DGD or in a tutorial, questions of that sort that we help solve, so you can kind of see someone else solving the problem. We can try to re-explain topics that the professor might not have explained well enough for you or for your particular style of learning, and so we'll try to adapt to that from more one-on-one contact. But we're mainly there to kind of just enhance the student experience in first year, especially. It can be very stressful, so we're there to mainly make sure that people have an overall positive experience. And we can do that with individual consultations as well. Like I mentioned, we have individual consultations where we just kind of meet one-on-one. If there's something more personal you want to discuss with a mentor, we can do that for about 30 minutes or more if you need. And so we're here for a whole bunch of different reasons, but kind of the peer aspect is really the main one, I find.
Excellent. Thank you, Christophe. Anybody else would like to add to Christophe's comment? There's also a link that I would like to share with you that I'm going to share in the chat. It's called the Peer Connect. So I'm sure that you've heard about the Engineering Peer Connection Program, which is it's going to help all of you just starting this year to socially integrate and make new friends. So you can fill out the form. I just shared the link with you, and you can fill out the form. We'll do our first matching. Right now we have over 800 students that are participating in this program, which is amazing. So you can see the need for students wanting to social integrate with others as well in a virtual setting. So we heard your comments, we heard your concerns in May, and we were able to launch this program. And the first match will be happening this week, at the end of the week. So we will be matching, but just so you know that you can still register at any given time, and every match will be happening as of Friday. So if you missed the deadline, right now there's a pool of over 800 students that are interested in this program. So right now we'll be matching. The first match will be happening on September 11th. And also what's important for you to know is that all of our mentors here are a resource for everybody that's going to be participating in the Peer Connection program as well. So any more questions in the chat? Mentors, feel free to answer.
So we're getting a lot of questions about co-op, which most of us do co-op, and we are able to answer questions about co-ops too. Well, the questions are usually like, how was co-op and everything. So for those questions, you can contact me and most of our mentors, Christophe or someone else or Doa, to see how our co-op experiences were, but we're happy to tell them. But for this session, let's keep it a bit more general on like student experience and university life. And then you can send a chat to me, or you can book an individual consultation. This is what individual consultations are for. You can discuss about any topic with me about your student experience or co-op. And one of the questions was, what if the co-op info sessions conflict with my class schedules? They usually have many different co-op info sessions. They can't all conflict with your classes, and even if it does, maybe what I did one time, I had to skip a DGD because co-op was more important at that time. Just an advice from a student to a student. But ideally, we don't want to, they offer us many sessions and we want to choose somewhere where we won't skip a class.
Excellent. And also, mentors have a lot of experience by actually doing the co-op, but it's also very important that all of your personal situation is relevant for you only, so they can share their experience and they can share what they've went through. But if you need more guidance regarding your academic file to make sure that you're on track, we also refer you to call and reach out to the academic advisor at the undergraduate office. So they are there to make sure that they look at your situation, your particular situation, and make sure that they guide you in the right direction as well. So I don't know if you've noticed in the chat, in the questions, I shared a link with you with MS Teams. And MS Team is actually, it's going to be where the group discussion. So all of the first year students have joined this team, and all of your names were uploaded into this team so that you can ask your question. In this team, you'll have questions related to your program, so you're able to ask your questions in that environment, and then the mentor responsible, for example, mechanical engineering, will be able to answer your specific questions whenever he comes to work during the week. Any other questions?
I think there's an engineering student who asked a pretty good question. It says, can I go to the mentoring center, sit down, and do my homework and studying there? Or is there a limited amount to people that can be there at once? That's a very good question.
Yes, that's a great question. Normally, we would open the mentoring center with no restrictions, but having said, we have to follow the public health guidelines. Mm-hmm. So right now, we're open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Will be open from 9 to 4, and it's for drop-ins. So drop-ins concerning questions that students might have that they need someone to help them. So there's going to be 2 mentors in the mentoring center. We'll have to respect some of those guidelines to make sure that everybody stays safe. and it's not going to be open to students to be able to come and study there. But having said that, just in front of our office, the site building, there's a lot of tables and there's a lot of chairs there that social distancing can be practiced. So right now we won't be able to use the mentoring center for studying, but and eventually we hope that we will, maybe in the winter term. We'll see.
Yeah, great answer.
Any other questions?
I see some people asking for software engineering mentors, ingénieur informatique, and I feel like it's worth pointing out that, especially in first-year engineering courses, it's going to be all very similar. So all the students are going to take the same calculus, and like software and computer science are going to be taking the same ITI 1120. So like, just because there is not a specific mentor for software engineering, it doesn't mean that you can reach out to others. And most likely, like, mentors have taken the courses that you're currently taking. So like, please feel free to reach out to myself, Olga, or like Falk mentors or any other mentors. So just wanted to put that out there.
Exactly. So every mentor will be able to help you with general questions. If you're looking for a resource on campus, we'll be happy to find it for you and look it up. I mean, everything is available on our webpage. So if you look on Google and you're looking for example, information about how to change your program at U Ottawa, you Google it, you'll find a web page related to that. If you can't find your web page, a little bit like Hasan told you, and you spend a lot of time looking for it, and reach out to a mentor, and he'll be able to point you in the right directions, make sure that you have all the information. So it's important for you to look at the web pages, look and research the information, and then go to the right resource and ask your specific questions pertaining to your academic file. So that would be the procedure to follow. So we'll be able to give you a lot of links, links for web pages for you to consult before, to make sure that you have all the necessary information. So then when you reach out to one of the services online, that you have a detailed information, a detailed email to ask your question, and make sure that you completed the form that you needed to be able to ask your questions, so there's no delays. Any other questions?
Hello. So I see some questions. A question about someone said, by discussion group, do you mean the ones in our course schedule, or are those separate? So the discussion groups, or DGDs, are separate. They're given by TAs, teacher assistants. They're usually master's students or even higher, like PhD. Those are connected to your grades, to your courses. So you'll actually receive a grade from maybe a quiz in DGD, or they'll give you problems to solve, and you'll have to solve them by a specific by a certain time. Us, we're just here to facilitate study groups. Our groups are not discussion groups. The discussion that you may be talking about is the mentor chat, or the individual consultations, but our study groups mainly focus on helping the student achieve a certain point in the course, help them solve some problems, and yeah, you can come by in the study groups.
Yeah, Hasan, just to be clear, for the discussion groups, we will have every mentor this year. This is going to be new, and you weren't aware of this, but there's going to be a group discussion every week. Students will be able to join one of the mentors to talk about various topics. So this is a perfect opportunity for you to break the isolation as well from distance learning, but also to come together, meet new friends, and also have a discussion regarding a topic that is going to be listed. So every mentor will have a topic that they will bring forward every week, and you as students will be able to join in to the sessions that you are available to, and also that is interesting to you. So it's really another opportunity for people to come together, make new friends, and discuss on different topics. And that would be a perfect opportunity as well if you have other questions to reach out to mentors that are going to be available in those group discussions as well. So that's a great question. Thank you. Any other questions?
I'd like to answer a few just quickly because I'm typing. So where can we buy our books? Our books can be bought online. Usually, if you're not on campus, you can buy them online and have it shipped to you, or you can have an online book. Usually the links will be given in the course syllabus by your professors. If you're in New Ottawa and on campus, then you can go to a campus bookstore. They're still open. I think there's like a limitation of how many people can be inside at one time, but they're open, I think, until 4 every day except Sunday. And then someone asked, what's the difference between an academic advisor and a mentor? So we can't do everything that an academic advisor does, which like changing your course schedule, discussing. We can also discuss and plan your schedule, but then we can't change it. We can't change the schedule. They can do it. They can switch you to another program and everything. We can only give you advice, but then they can't help you with courses. They can't answer your general student questions, and we can do those. We're more focused on academics and your personal questions as regards to they're just in it's administrative stuff that they do.
That's right. So for academic advisors, and you'll hear a lot of people saying academic advisors and senior officers, their staff at the undergraduate office, and they're responsible for your academic file. So all of your questions regarding your academic file is, it has to be directed to them. Mentors are students just like you that have been through the same thing as you, done the courses, the first year courses, have excelled in those courses, and are able to give you some tips and tricks how to navigate on campus in a virtual setting, and also how to find resource, and also any of your questions regarding academic based on your first year courses, they'll be able to help you as well. So you have to make sure to understand the difference. Anything that has to do with your academic file, it's really the undergraduate studies office, which you have to contact. Great question. Yeah.
I have a question I can answer real quick.
Go ahead.
It's another one about school books. So the question is, regarding our school books, is it best we wait until tomorrow before purchasing them, or should I rent/buy them online, or would it be preferable to have a hard copy? So usually what I would recommend about textbooks is wait until you've had the first lecture for your class, and that way like your professor can tell you like if the book's mandatory, if it's just suggested, if you don't need it, if there's like, let's say he's saving one at the library. So you can really get all that information in the first day of class. So it's usually best to wait until that happens before, you know, jumping the gun and maybe buying a book that you don't actually need, and then you end up having spent money you don't need to spend. In terms of like renting them, that's also a good option. You can do that at the U Ottawa bookstore. And then between online copy and hard copy, it's really, you know, up to you guys what you prefer. Obviously, we're going to be looking at computer screens a lot this year, so maybe you'll prefer to have books in hard copy, but you know, both are good options.
Okay, great. There's another question, how to become a mentor, and I'll let one of the mentors answer that. Who wants to answer the how to become a mentor?
I can answer that if you want.
Okay, go ahead.
So I think it kind of goes differently for every student. I'm not too sure, but my experience personally was in my first year of chemical engineering. I made quite an impression on my professor in first year. And so myself and Hasan actually were both recommended to the mentoring center directly by our professor to be mentors. The reasons being, first of all, we excelled in the class and all the other classes in general. We were doing quite well in those. And we had a good fluidity in communicating, both in French and English. That's always very important for a mentor, is to be able to explain to your peers or to other students how to solve a particular problem. And so in our case, we were directly, we were actually recommended by our professor to be a mentor. Then there was a bit of an interview process, and we were able to get a job through that. I don't know if it's a different experience for everyone, but I think José could let you know on that.
Yes, thank you, Christophe. So normally a mentor comes to us once they are started their second year. So initially, to be able to facilitate a group, you have to have succeeded the class with a B+ or higher grades. And also, it depends. Also, I do the hiring process for the mentoring center, and I also try to make sure that the team balance into programs as well. So I try to have a representative from each program. So it all depends. And we hire mentors every term. So there's, as Christophe and Hasan mentioned, that they are going to be leaving for Co-op. So they leave for Co-op and then they want to come back again. And that's okay too. So we plan for that as well. So we understand that a lot of engineering students have Co-op. So whenever you're hired as a mentor, then we hire every term. So for the upcoming term, for example, for the winter term, I will be making sure that the interview process will be done in November. And as of March, we'll be hiring as well for fall 2021. So this year, upcoming year, we'll be having a position opening up for the first time in the summer. So we will have a mentor as well hired for this summer. So I hope that answers your question.
Also, another thing, José. A lot of people have been wondering, especially a bit earlier on in the session, everyone's wondering how to get in contact with us, first of all, which you provided their email, but also where they can find our individual schedules so they know who to contact and how to contact us individually. So I was wondering if you had the answer to that.
Yes, right now we're still working on the schedule. So under the academic portal, which is called Academic GPS, is a web page that is going to point all the students to one specific page where it's going to give you the availability of each mentor. It's not fully up and running yet. We will be starting this probably next week, and we're going to be finalizing the schedule this week. So for individual consultation, during the live chat under this portal, this academic GPS portal, you'll be able to live chat with a mentor, which in return will be able to book your individual consultation. I believe under this platform as well, you might be able to book directly with a mentor. So once the schedule is up and everything is confirmed, you will have the opportunity to book your own individual consultation. And if you're not sure how to do it, you'll be able to live chat with a mentor that's going to point you in the right direction and maybe schedule the meeting for you. So just stay tuned. It's called Academic GPS, and it should be up and running this week sometime.
Can we make the same announcement in French, please? Because some people don't understand.
Oui, absolument. Alors, il va y avoir une page commune pour tous les étudiants à l'université pour se diriger, pour accéder à un mentor. Alors, la page du site web s'intitule GPS académique. Alors, c'est un portail qui apporte tous les étudiants dans un même endroit pour faire du chat avec un étudiant mentor ou bien simplement pour céduler une rencontre 1 à 1. Pour l'instant, nous sommes dans le développement de la disponibilité de créer l'horaire pour les mentors. Une fois que l'horaire sera déterminé cette semaine, alors la disponibilité des mentors seront affichées sur la page du site web académique, le GPS académique. Alors, c'est ça le nom de la page, qui sera en mesure de, soit vous allez être capable de prendre rendez-vous avec le mentor de votre choix, ou si vous n'êtes pas certain, vous allez avoir la possibilité de faire du clavardage avec un étudiant mentor qui pourra céduler la rencontre pour vous. Alors ça s'en vient, ça ne sera pas long. D'ici une semaine, la disponibilité de tous les mentors sera affichée. Et aussi sur notre page web, nous ferons la mise à jour de nos services pour cet automne. Y a-t-il d'autres questions?
Yes, Jose, I believe someone asked for the peer connection. Is it between only first-year students or for students with different years? I believe you told me that everybody's going to be part of it. So can you just answer that question, please?
That's it. It's an excellent question. So it's not just for first-year students. Engineering peer connection is for every student at the Faculty of Engineering. So anybody in undergraduate, graduate, PhD, they are able to participate. And the beauty of this program is that it's really based on your social interests. So there's a form for you to complete. So in the form, the first part of the form is you complete your personal information. And also it gives you, in the second part of the form, it asks you with whom you want to peer connect with. So it's really based on social integration. So you can connect with a senior student, you can connect with a graduate student, or you can connect with a student in first year because you're looking for some friends in your classes. So each form that you will complete will provide you with a connection with someone. So one form, one connection. So you're able to complete the form multiple times. We recommend no more than 4 just to give you enough choices to meet up with some students. So the peer connection, the first match will be happening on September 10th. So if you haven't registered for the peer connection, I strongly encourage you do, so you will have a better chance of meeting with someone that has matched the same kind of criteria, social interests as you, and then we'll be doing some match every week after that. So if you haven't done it by September 10th, then we'll match all other students that are coming in throughout the program until exams. After when the exams will start, we will not be matching any students anymore, and then we'll open up the platform again for the winter term. Any other questions? So when does the peer connection start? I see this question. The first match is going to be September 11, Friday, September 11. And then following that, I'll be matching other students as they come in every Friday. So if you fill out the form on September 12th, the following Friday, I will send you a match.
There's a few questions on how to take notes as well that I've seen. Especially for this time, it'll be particularly difficult for everyone to try to figure out how to take notes. Especially since everything's online, you're not really getting much interaction with the professor, or at least as much as you would have in class. But if you are having trouble for a specific class on taking notes, maybe someone's done the class before and has had that teaching style before, and you can speak with them, try to find one of the mentors that has taken that class. Generally, if it's for a general class like calc or physics or things like that, it'll generally be all of us. If it's for a more specific class, for a program, I would recommend trying to find a mentor, like for chemical engineering, for example, taking notes in that class. We're also going to be doing workshops on note-taking, most likely, sometime throughout this semester. I'm hoping we'll be able to do that a bit earlier on because it might be a problem that's important early on in the semester. So I think it'd be a good idea to do that earlier on in the term. But we will be doing a workshop as mentors on that. So you can find a mentor that's offering that workshop specific to note taking, and they can probably help you there. For me, what works is writing everything down by hand on a physical piece of paper. That's what I find works best for me. And then some classes, it's very terminology heavy. Like for example, linear algebra, which I'll be offering a study group for in French, is very not quite memorization, but it's very lexicon heavy. There's a lot of terms that you have to remember and know the definitions for. So I'd recommend just writing a glossary where you have all the terms for each module, all the words, and kind of definitions for those words and how they're used in an example and things like that. That's a technique that generally works well for me. Making a lot of lists for studying at the end of the semester by the time, or in the middle of the semester, by the time you get to your midterms and your finals, making a list of all of the studying material you have to take. Some professors will have all of their slides there. You won't really need to take any additional notes, and they'll just have you write down problem solutions that they'll be doing on a board, for example, or on a whiteboard in MS Teams. And some it'll just be copying everything down. So it totally depends on the teacher, on the class. What works for me is writing everything down physically, though. So that's what I would recommend personally.
That's great. Thank you, Christophe. I'm looking at the time and it's already noon and the session is coming to the end, and I see that you guys have lots and lots more questions, and I just want to make sure that you know that the mentors are here to help you, and they'll reach out to you as well by email. So if you're not part of the MS team, for example, or you're not part of this study group, and you can send us an email at the Mentoring Center letting us know you would like to join these study groups and MS team if you're not already in the group. Send us an email. We'll do our best to answer and make sure that everybody's up to speed. We're not starting the study group just yet, so you have time to register. And if you have more questions, send it to us by email or via MS Team, and we'll be happy to answer you. So for now, I hope that you have, this was a full day of lots of information. So I hope you were able to receive most of the questions answered. For academic file, just remember, it's backinfo@engineering.uottawa.ca. So anything related to your academic file, you need to reach out to the undergraduate study office. Any resource that you can't find on campus, reach out to the mentors and we'll be happy to help you out. So for now, this ends our session. I hope you have a great start at the beginning of your term, and look forward to seeing you in person eventually. So take care, everybody. Thank you, mentors.